What's up, guys? I'm the AckAttack Kyle, and we're here with Jack.
Hey, guys.
And Neil.
Hi.
And I think that's the first time you actually officially heard his voice, because when we recorded part 13 of Xenoblade, we kind of got fucked up.
Yeah, but they heard him before.
Breath of the Wild, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. But anyways.
Pretend like it's the first time you've heard his voice.
We're pretending like it's the first time, and we're totally not streaming after this. But anyways, yeah, it's totally not Monday.
Totally.
It's definitely Wednesday when this comes out. But anyways, we're here. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I asked Jack what he wanted for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I personally can't tell because I actually haven't been paying attention to the game, and it's been like a good 4 months.
Yeah.
No, it's been like a good 6 months, and I don't remember too much. So and we've only played like a couple of hours of the game,
and we're at like 20. We're at like 20 hours, I think. So we're by no means are we far, but we in there.
We in there. But yeah, so I'm hoping that like the flow of the Xenoblade fans will see this. I'll actually mention this during the stream, so you know. But if you guys are hyped for what Jack wants to see in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, leave a like, and we'll get into the list. So what was number 5 on your list, bud?
Alright, well, before I start, I'm gonna say I've only watched the trailers and like the Treehouse gameplay demo that was like 40 minutes long. So if any of this shit has been announced or will be announced, remember, I'm not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. So, number 5.
So, they won't stop coming, and they won't stop coming, and they won't... I'm sorry.
So, number 5. Being able to freely change the in-game time whenever you want. Now, in the original game, you could do that, because some quests could only be accepted during nighttime or daytime. Some monsters only showed up in certain times of the day, and all that happy crap, and certain people were at different locations, maybe during day and night. And for these time-sensitive activities, all you had to do was go into the options, go into the time option on the like pause menu, and just change the time. You know, simple as that. You change it by the hour. It's whatever. But Xenoblade Chronicles X, the trash game it is, decides that it should have time-sensitive activities, but instead of letting you change time whenever you want, they decided you need to find a rest stop or a fucking bench. Yes, a bench, a red bench, because there are brown ones and gray ones, but red ones, and you could change the time. And that is honestly so stupid, because when you fast travel in X, time goes by. It doesn't just, oh, you're at 2 a.m., you fast travel somewhere, oh, it's still 2 a.m. So say something's only out for like between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m., and so it's like an important quest or whatever. And you set it to 2 a.m., but you go to skip travel back to the area. Now it's like 4 or 5 a.m., and now you missed it, so you have to fucking rewind and try to figure out when you're supposed to set the time so you can skip travel and reach it just right. And that really pissed me off, because Xenoblade Chronicles did it so good, and X did it so bad, and the whole point of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, in my eyes, is to make everyone forget about X and make everyone remember how great Xenoblade was. So, that's number 5 on my list.
So... that actually is really stupid.
Yeah, I was... like, but back when I still thought X was going to be good, that was my major gripe with the game, was that they, made you change time at designated areas, because even then I thought it was a completely stupid mechanic. So, shall I move on to number 4? Mm-hmm. Alright, number 4 on... my list is something both the original and X did, which was in-game achievements. And, of course, obviously, the Switch doesn't have achievements the way, like, PlayStation and Xbox do it, right?
No, so what Nintendo does...
they just put achievements in there.
So they have, like,
in-game achievements. So, yes, where it's not part of the system, it's part of the game. So, I really like that, because I'm not an achievement hunter. I don't think I've ever 100%ed a game in terms of achievements, but it's really nice when I'm playing a game and I guess something that pops up that says, hey, you did this thing that isn't exactly easy to do and you did it on your own without realizing. Congratulations. It's that awesome sense of accomplishment. And I'm gonna knock X here again. They give you achievements in that game. Oh, you beat Chapter 1? Here's an achievement. Oh, you beat Chapter 2? Here's an achievement. Oh, you got a Skell? Here's an achievement. But, like, in the original Xenoblade, it was like, oh, do 666 damage exactly, do 777 exactly, have the in-game clock switch over to midnight 365 times. And it was like, I don't know, it's just, I want achievements, but I also want achievements that aren't a cakewalk. Like, oh, you took 20 steps, here's an achievement. I want something that makes me feel like I accomplished something that not everyone can say they did.
Oh, you butt-fucked somebody with your sword. There's an achievement.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh no,
I
but
just really wanted to say that one. But I know for the older games, like I guess like the Banjo-Kazooies and the collectible ones, they do that. It's completely ruined by the Xbox stuff, and they do that. But like in game, I find it cool. I also I feel like if I see it like on the Xbox thing, I'm just like, I need to get all of these now.
Also,
So
I forget
it's really bad.
I forget if they did it in X, but in the original Xenoblade Chronicles, you actually got experience points and I think even money from getting achievements. So it was like a surprising hey to your levels and fat stacks. So that's all I really had to say for achievements. So on to number 3. Chain attacks making their return. Again, X took a wonderful concept that could have been improved in many different ways and decided to replace it with something a million times less interesting.
I have a question.
Yes.
During the treehouse, didn't they show that?
No, they showed something akin to chain attacks, where they were like chaining their, and I know this wording is weird, but chaining like certain attacks together. But the way chain attacks did it, you fill the party gauge up, and then you activate it, and it keeps switching off. Like, say you're playing your party is Shulk, Rhine, and Dunban. So you're playing a Shulk, you initiate the chain attack. You play a Shulk and time stop, so there's no consequences to waiting to decide. You can just choose. And then you do backslash. Then it goes to Rhine, and then you make his choice of art. And, you can chain, if you use the same art colors in a row, you obviously do better damage, and depending on your affinity, there's a chance that you could keep the chain going and going and going, despite only having 3 party members. And, it was a really interesting mechanic, because it gave more significance to the party gauge, because the party gauge is also how you revive your allies, and how they revive you. So, in some cases, you'd have to decide, okay, should I wait to use my party gauge in case this enemy's gonna down me after this major attack, or should I try to kill it fast with a chain attack, or at least topple it now, and then I can follow up with some more devastating attacks. So, it just that one mechanic added a whole other layer to another mechanic, and they meshed really well together, so I thought that was really interesting. And the fact that it was your only way to, on the fly, in battle, switch to another party member and have free range of their arts other than not being Shulk and warning them of a vision. But I really missed them in X. I thought they would have been perfect, because X has you have 4 party members, and I thought that would have been really cool to have a default 4-man chain attack, but Monolith Soft decided to take everything that could have been good with X and apparently not use them. So,
do we have is there 4 party members in 2, or do we not know?
They've only shown 3, and I'm pretty sure it's only 3. But we don't know. If they have 4, that'll be cool. If they have 3,
I figured
that's
that
fine.
would just be the beginning of the game stuff, because there's like a bunch of people shown here in this part of the trailer. So
Yeah, they're all like the beginning party members.
Mm-hmm.
The cat girl, the Nopon. Pyra's just with Rex. Anyway, on to number 2. Number 2 and number 1, actually. I made a list last night, and I had to completely rework it. And so number 2 and number 1 are new additions that I wrote this morning. So, number 2, characters not in your main party still gaining experience. So, again, remember, this whole list is low-key to shit on X. In the original game, you get a lot of party members, and you can only have 3 in a battle at a time. But everyone still got experience, even the backfill characters.
Do they usually do that in like other RPGs?
Not always.
Not always.
But Xenoblade did it.
Most do. Most JRPGs.
Really, they do?
Yeah, they have AMP for the whole party.
True. I
I
forgot
knew
Persona
Neil would
lets you
know
level
this.
up to
It
it.
does that as well, yeah.
But, because you have 3 party members, and then I'm not going to spoil how many you have by the end, but you have more than double the party members. So it's kind of a... Hold on. Can I call you back in like 10 minutes? Pop, I can't. I gotta call you back. Alright, bye. Cut that part out because my grandparents had to call me. So anyway.
I don't know. Yeah, I gotta cut that out.
What was I saying before I was thrown off course?
You were saying more than half of the
Yeah, there's
roster.
more than double of your party members. Double of... So you have 3 people in a battle, and there's double that amount of party members, at least. So it was really nice that when it came to the times that you had to level grind, you only had to do it really for one set, and you were good, because everyone else would level up with you. And it just made it really nice, and like X makes you have 4 party members. There is no backfill for X, so you have to go and recruit people, and because of that, no one outside your party gains experience. So when you have a party of mostly physical attackers, and the boss needs an ether strategy, oh great, the guy who has ether attacks is level 18, and the boss is level 39, fuck me. So, that was, you know, I don't like how they don't, grow with your characters. You have to level them up separately, so that's more time for level grinding, and in a JRPG, that's never a good thing in my eyes. And that's a good segue into the final one.
I just want to point out here
Yeah.
that, like, for people, it's better that way for people that don't have a lot of time on their hands, and they just want to pick up the game and go on the go, like, on their Switch. So it would actually be that's actually a really good thing that would happen.
So number 1 is, your levels naturally progressing as the story goes on. Like Persona 5. As the story goes on, you're constantly the perfect level. Like, maybe you're a level down, maybe you're a level up, but you're never like, oh, you got 7 levels before you're comfortable to beat this boss. You're always on track. And the original Xenoblade Chronicles didn't always do that. There are some points in the game that you're like 6 or 7 levels below. And in Xenoblade, that's life or death, because the way they have attacks working on your agility, if you're too low of a level, you don't have a high enough agility. Without high enough agility, you will simply miss your attacks. So, and that's annoying because it's a really great game. It's my favorite game. But when those parts come on, I'm always like, oh, why? Because I know it's going to be like an hour or 2 of slogging through boring quests, because all the awesome quests come typically later in the game, and by then, you're kind of ignoring them because you're like, alright, home stretch, boys. So, and X did it terrible. X gives you like 10 level fucking difficulty walls, so, that's what I'd hope for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, that I don't really have to level grind. I'd hope my levels would naturally scale with them. I don't know if it'll be that way. If it's not, I'd hope only once I would have to level grind for 4 or 5 levels, but, that's really, and even then, without those problems, yeah, with those problems, they suck, but I can live through them, so, but, you know, if they're done like the original, because it had its problems, but I could overlook them. Not like X, though. X's problems are unlookable. So, that's basically my hopes for Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I just want to point out that they may not do that, and you may have to wait till the 3rd one if there is.
No, if they don't do it in the 2nd one, they're never going to do it. Because then it's obvious they're in a pattern.
The reason that I say that is because they've been working on this for a couple of years, and by the time that has been said, do they usually do that in RPGs? Like, they're only like a couple of levels like ahead or behind?
Yeah, that's pretty common in most modern RPGs.
Well, I mean, they've already technically done it twice. Yeah. This and X, and both times. So
Nintendo doesn't have the greatest thing with RPGs, because like at first, well, I know that I hate. You're gonna hate me for comparing this to this, but we have to remember that Pokemon is an RPG.
Yeah, I'm not gonna knock that. It is.
Okay, but it's a kids RPG, so like, and Nintendo usually bases everything off of kids. So usually you're like, but in Pokemon you're usually like a higher level than, I guess, like a lot of things.
Not always. In Gen 4, sometimes you have to do it. The only game where you're seriously over-leveled is X and Y.
Not even that.
No,
in
Sun
X and Moon.
No, Sun and Moon I was competently leveled for. I never thought to myself, wow, I'm trucking through these. I struggled through the end of Sun and Moon. on the
Really?
Elite Four and Champion. Yeah.
I actually didn't.
Well, it's because anyway.
But I didn't even and I wasn't even that over leveled. It was just the fact they sucked.
But anyway, those are my hopes for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It already looks like it's going to be a really fun game. I'm going to buy it day one. And I hope it's good enough that I'll actually beat it, because I never beat X. I don't ever want to. Xenoblade Chronicles, however, I'm going to start my third playthrough soon. Well, technically, this is my third playthrough, so my fourth playthrough.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going, I actually, after seeing this trailer, am going to buy it, but I don't want to say my reasons. Anyways, but, I don't know, I don't think I'm going to buy it myself. I think I'm just going to ask for it for Christmas or something.
Oh, day one for me.
But, but it depends on which day it is. Like, if it's December 1st, I'll buy it for myself. If it's, December, 20th, I'll wait.
If it's December 24th, I'll buy it, day one. It's
Neil,
Xenoblade.
you gonna buy it?
Oh, yeah, I'm interested. The story seems really interesting. I think the gameplay so far it seems similar to the first one.
It actually is very close to it. But different enough.
Yeah, as long as they make key innovations, that some of which...
They've already done, enough changes where I'm like, okay, it's not a copy-paste.
Yeah.
But,
because as much as I do like the original battle system, I don't think it's perfect, so...
Yeah, so far, my biggest complaint with this game is Rex's voice acting.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
Oh! I'm sorry, but his scream is so unconvincing.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Everyone else sounds fine. That was actually on the original list before number 1, number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Was that I was hoping they'd have dual audio simply because I really don't like Rex's voice. I like everyone else's voice. I just don't like Rex's.
I think that it might be a patch, but I don't think it's going to be there day one.
Well, I mean, if it's not there day one, I don't think they're ever going to put it in.
No, but
Nintendo doesn't really ever patch games.
Actually, the original has dual audio.
It does.
Okay. That's true. Then maybe it will. For me, I'm gonna play it in dub because I like actually understanding, and I'm not a big reader. But that's just my own personal preference.
I don't know, man.
When I do a first playthrough.
I mean, it's fine for me if it's a secondary character that only talks every so often.
Yeah,
but when it's the main character, I'm starting to think that maybe.
But I mean, I think that isn't this better than than having a character that didn't speak at all?
Yeah, well.
Honestly, I mean, if the acting is gonna be bad, acting can make or break a character sometimes. Yeah. So
it can make me not care about Rex. I already liked his Japanese voice actor. I thought he was convincing for his look, but his English voice, he sounds good talking normally.
Yeah, he sounds fine.
But when he's in his oh god, he sounds like he's never done something like that.
I don't think that
man needs some training.
I think that that was just for the. I don't think that all of the dialogue is recorded. We have
if it's coming out.
We have a good 6 months.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean they're gonna change it all now. They're probably more than halfway done.
Yeah.
But I think maybe if people are complaining that much, then maybe...
I don't think most of them care. Most people don't really for me. What I don't like about it is his voice. The voice that he has is fine. I just don't think that the acting is all that good. And for a story,
that's
game,
what I mean.
the acting has to be on point. Otherwise, it just comes.
Xenoblade Chronicles' British voice actors have spoiled us. Yeah, me specifically.
I mean, they have good acting. They know how to act. And for example, Persona 5, in my opinion, the English dub, the acting is subpar at best.
Really?
For what?
Yeah. I don't think it's good.
5.
I honestly,
I
do not think it's good. It just doesn't sound good at all to me.
Neil is a subpar, so that's...
some dubs I like Exilia, I absolutely love that dub. Especially most Tales games, I love their dubs. And then there are just some that aren't good, so really just, yeah.
So before we make this about a voice acting type of discussion, and we can do that
later.
We could. Okay. If you guys have enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below what you guys want to see in this game, and subscribe as always. In a couple of weeks or so, when Jack gets back from vacation, me and him will do a discussion on the whole game in general. But I kind of wanted to come up with some of my thoughts, maybe watch the gameplay stuff and figure everything out.
When it comes out?
No.
What game?
A couple of weeks, this game.
Oh, well, I mean,
I don't know. A couple of weeks when you come back from vacation.
Yeah, okay.
From now. but I don't want to do it now because I want to watch the E3 stuff. I want to rewatch the trailers, figure out my thoughts, and then talk about it in a full-on hour-long discussion.
Gotcha.
So
Shall be interesting. It shall be very interesting.
So yeah, and we have more Xenoblade Chronicles live streams to come if this works. If not, then we will.
I think it'll work.
I think it will. And we got this. And we'll talk to you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
Later, guys.
Neil?
Oh,
say
bye.